I thought the state pension was automatic. Turns out it's not that simple. Now, I've had this conversation so many times, I could probably do it in my sleep. A client sits down across from me and says something like, I've worked all my life, I'll get the full state pension, right? Now, there's usually a bit of hesitation in their voice as if they're looking for some reassurance. And I get it. For most of us, the state pension feels like one of those things that just happens when the time comes. After years of working in financial planning, I can tell you it's not always that straightforward. I've taken the time to really get under the bonnet of how the state pension works, not just from textbooks, but by going through the process with clients again and again. I've seen it play out in different scenarios, from people discovering they're bang on track to others realizing there are gaps they didn't even know about. And once you know what you're looking for, it becomes pretty clear quite quickly whether someone's got a solid foundation or whether they need to do a bit of digging. Here's what I often explain. If you wait until retirement to find out where you stand, there's less room to maneuver. You might not have the time to make up for lost ground, and your overall retirement plan could take a hit. Not knowing your state pension position can actually leave you unprepared, and that can impact your financial confidence later down the line. But the good news, a bit of awareness now can make a real difference later. So firstly, you need to start by checking your state pension forecast. This is always the first thing I recommend. It's simple, free, and takes just a few minutes on the gov.uk website. Clients are often surprised by how much clarity this one step gives them. It shows your estimated state pension amount, when you'll reach state pension age, and whether there are any gaps in your NI, national insurance record. You then need to understand what counts as a qualifying year. So most people think it's only paid work that matters. But when I talk clients through the details, we often find that time spent caring for children, claiming certain benefits, or even being self-employed can count too. It's not just the time spent in the office, it's the bigger picture that matters. The third thing to do is identify any gaps in your national insurance record. This is a key one. Some clients have gaps from their career breaks, time abroad, or freelance work. And in many cases, they can choose to pay voluntary contributions to fill any blanks. Now, whether that's the right thing to do depends on their circumstances, which is why I always stress the importance of checking first, not assuming. Next up, you need to put into context with the rest of your retirement plan. So the state retirement pension won't fund most people's full retirement lifestyle on its own, but knowing what you'll receive helps shape the rest of the plan. How much to save, when to retire, and what lifestyle is realistic. Lastly, keep things simple, be accurate. Now, one of the best things I can do for my clients is to help them see financial future clearly without the jargon. It starts with simple questions like, where do I stand today and what options do I have? From there, planning becomes a lot easier and less stressful. There's something powerful about a client realizing they're more on track than they thought. Or just as importantly, catching an issue early enough to do something about it. That moment of clarity often shifts how they see the whole financial picture. They go from uncertainty to control, and that's what good financial planning is really about. The state pension might seem like a small piece of the puzzle, but it's a piece that anchors everything else. Understanding it early means fewer surprises later and more confidence in the decisions you make now. If you've not looked into your forecast yet, it's a great place to start. And if you've got questions, you're definitely not the only one. There are conversations I have every day with people just like you who want to get financially secure and eventually financially free. And it always starts with one thing, knowing where you stand.